Hi, welcome to the channel. Perhaps you've inherited a large stack of 78s or purchased a large collection. You're wondering how to store and organize them. Well, there are probably many methods of doing that as there are collectors, but today on this video I will show you how I keep my 78s safe and accessible where I'm able to play them. Most of the time I see 78s stored in stacks or in plastic bins or milk crates or even cardboard boxes. This is not really a good method for storing your records. They can become cracked, they certainly can warp, and in general just deteriorate. So a better method's needed. Now originally records were sold in record albums. This is an example of one. And in these albums, there were 5, 6 to 10 individual records packaged in these books. In addition, there are generic albums like these. These books are used, again, to store and organize your records if you have just a few. So if you have like 1 to 2 dozen records, storing them in these type of albums is very convenient. You can have this album near your record player, your stereo, or your Victrola, and have these accessible at any time. But what do you do if you have more than a couple of dozen records? That's what we're going to address next. Today I'm going to show you how I store and organize my 78 record collection. I'm not saying that this is the only way to do it, or may not even be the best way, but this is the method that works for me, and it may give you some ideas that you can apply to your own collection. So normally when you acquire 78s, they've been stored in an attic or basement or barn or a similar place. So the first thing to do after acquiring a collection of 78s is to clean them. I have posted a video showing 3 cleaning methods that I use, and I'll put a link for that in the description below. After you clean your records, you're going to want to put them into paper sleeves to protect them from scratching and from dirt and dust. Now, when you buy a collection, sometimes records come in the original sleeves, and those can look like this, or even worse, in worse condition. I don't recommend that you keep your records in these original sleeves. The reason being this paper is old, it's more or less deteriorating, and it generates a lot of dust and particles that end up on the surface of your records. So when I get a new collection of records, I purchase new paper sleeves. These are from a website called Bags Unlimited, but they're available in a number of places online, including eBay, Amazon, and a number of other places. But these are clean, new paper sleeves that provide significant protection for your records. And in general, these sleeves cost a few cents a piece, so they're not that expensive to purchase. After I've cleaned my records and put them in sleeves, I store them on a shelf. I use a modified IKEA Billy bookshelves to store my records because they're inexpensive. These can be purchased on Craigslist for $20 to $30 each. And each shelf unit will store a little more than 1,000 records. I do modify the Billy bookshelves to make them much stronger. Shellac records are very heavy and they need the increased strength. And so I want to show you how I do that. I begin by positioning the shelves. And then, instead of just leaving them on the stock supports, which are adjustable, I nail each shelf individually to the frame of the Billy bookcase. I do that on the sides, and I do that on the back. That provides a lot of rigidity and a lot of strength. But these shelves are still relatively thin and can slump due to the large weight of 78s, a full shelf of 78s for sure. In order to strengthen the shelves so that they don't slump down, I purchased a 1x10, which you can get from Home Depot or Lowe's or any place similar. Cut them to the right size and nail them vertically in the center of the shelf, all the way from the top row down to the bottom. This provides additional avenue to carry the large weight of the 78s. The result is a bookcase with 6 really sturdy shelves, each divided into about 14-inch cubes. 4 of the shelves fit 78s only. 2 can be used either for 78s or for modern 33 1/3 LPs. All my records are organized on shelves alphabetically by the name of the artist. I use the same organization as DISCOGS for alphabetizing, that is, first name and last name. That's a little bit different than, say, what's normally used in record stores, but I've become used to it over time. To find any particular artist, I generate these tabs that I stick onto the sleeve. These tabs are made from Post-it notes, and I stick it to the record sleeve. I generally have a tab for any artist for which I have more than 2 or 3 records in my collection. This makes it easy to find the most popular artists in the stack. I have my collection split into popular records, country and western records, and a special category of blues records and blues and early rock and roll, which are records that I listen to more frequently and keep on these other IKEA shelves, the Shellac IKEA shelves. So I've tried to give you some idea how I store my 78s. I'd be interested to hear how you do it in the comments below. And I encourage you, if you enjoyed this video, please click subscribe or thumbs up. So until next time, this is Joe, the 78 Collector, saying stay safe.